Hey everybody, it's time for another tier list. One of the best parts about playing a Fallout game, in my opinion, is the ability to go throughout the wasteland and see what's going on, see what's new, see how everything's changed, and to see how that is reflected through someone else's eyes. Be it a ghoul who's alive for 200 plus years, or you can go around with some funny newswoman, or a robot man, or a giant Shrek-looking thing that punches holes in walls for fun. Today, outside of teaching myself how to green screen, what we're going to be doing is going through all of the companions through all of the games. There is a couple rules, one of them being that Fallout 1 and 2, because I haven't finished them, I don't feel like I can necessarily say everything that needs to be said about some of the companions. I will be ranking them in some variety. If I don't really have much to say about them, I will put them here in the Fallout 1 and 2 tier, which you should be able to see here. And there can only be one S rank from every game. I like the idea of having just one S rank. So we're going to go through all of this. There's some on here that I have not thought of in a very long time, but together we're going to do this. I hope you're ready. Let's start. First off, we have Skynet right here from Fallout 2. Really have anything to say about Skynet. For my experience with the earlier Fallout games, a lot of the companions just seem to be there as cannon fodder or someone who can minorly help you. Skynet being a Terminator reference is kind of cool if you like Terminator and stuff, but I'm going to put Skynet in the Fallout 1 and 2 tier. After that, we have Craig Sadman Boone. I think he's going to be my S for New Vegas, because every game gets the one S. He's going to be my S for New Vegas. I love Boone's story. I think there's a lot to be explored in Boone, just even outside of what is in the game and what they tell you about. Just the idea of like, hey, trauma fucking sucks. And the hardest thing you can do is let go of the past and a life that you once led. And your decisions that you made, even though they seem like the best possible thing at the moment, may not have been. And you do your damnedest, your entire life, the entirety of your life, to either forget about it, to try not to think about it, or to get over it. And Boone is just, I think Boone is like he's a near perfect companion. He gives you the spotter perk for any time that you're zoomed in, people glow red. And he's just him paired with another person. There's another, we're going to get to them. I can actually see them. Actually, let's see if I can work this green screen magic. Oh no, I'm covering them. They're behind me. Cause I can see it. That's another person who I think very much could be the S tier for New Vegas. I love Boone. I love his story. I love finding out about him and Carla and their child that never happened. Next up, we have Cait. I'm putting Cait in D tier. I'm putting Cait in D tier because I hate when a character's entire gimmick is, I drink too much or I do drugs. That's not engaging. It's not fun to see someone who has a debilitating problem going on. And yes, throughout her entire story arc, if you will, her quest line, she recovers and goes through that experimental surgery in the vault, which that's another reason why she's getting put so low, because she recovers, she gets better, she does what she has to do. Vault 95 should never have ever had Jet in it, and you find Jet in it. It's a huge problem I have with Fallout 4. They fixed it in 76 by not putting Jet in, but I mean, you could have literally just not put it in that vault or had any reference to it in that vault or patched it out or something. I don't like Cait. Cait's definitely a D tier for me. Next up is Charon. I don't know where I really want to put Charon. I think I want to put Charon in B tier. I like Charon a lot, but I like Charon because he's a ghoul. Like, that's really the only reason why. I don't really, he doesn't really have a story. You buy his contract to make him free, but he's not free. Like, he's kind of like Django, the movie Django. Dr. King Schultz buys Django and then doesn't, and gives him his freedom, but only if he helps him. But I feel I don't know. I think Charon could have been way bigger than he was. and he's just kind of like, go talk to Azrakal, and like that's it. Like that's his entire character. After that is Dogmeat from Fallout 3. I don't want to foreshadow anything, but like I have a feeling a lot of dogs will be up towards the top. Just the idea of like, this is a dog who his owner died and is lost and needs to find somebody, is now out there. And you find him and you're like, what's up, boy? What's going on? You want some help? I can help you. I like that. I'm very much, for me, Fallout 3 is very much the idea of a boy and his dog. You're a 19-year-old kid who's lost out in the world and you want to go out and like find where your father went. You're lost. You're shunned. You have Dogmeat by your side. Between him and one other person, it is a solid tie for what is going to be the A to S area of companions for the Fallout series. I love Dogmeat. I have very fond memories of finding him, me and another companion walking around the waste just aimlessly for hours. Definitely an A tier for me. So next up I have Cogsworth. And I really, really thought about who I want, because I'm looking at all these companions here. Everything down here. I'm blocking some of it. I'm looking at all these, and I'm trying to look at everything from Fallout 4, and I'm trying to really think who's my S tier from Fallout 4. And some of these are great companions, just in general. Like, I'm looking at, like, some of these, like, people love Deacon, people love Strong for various reasons, whatever. Nick Valentine. I really want to put... this list can change at any moment. I'm going to say that right now. I could swap things around. So I'm going to put Cogsworth at A. For one reason alone. If the Automatron DLC didn't come out and you couldn't customize Cogsworth, he'd probably be about a C+, D-, or I'm sorry, C+, B- character for me. I like that there's the familiarity. I like that he's a robot. I like that he's customizable. I like that he has a voice. I like that he calls you by your name. He leaves a little bit to be desired. He's also just kind of... Him and Dogmeat just kind of seem like... Fallout 4 Dogmeat kind of seem like cheap companions. Because you just get them. There's not really like any prerequisite. Like Boone, you got to go do something. You know what I mean? Charon, you got to pay for something, which I guess whatever. Cait, you have to defeat the combat zone cage people. Porter Gage, D tier. He introduces you to Nuka World. And then that's just kind of it. I never used Porter Gage once throughout Nuka World. You know what? F tier. Fuck it. F tier. Yeah, no. Porter Gage is F tier. He's there to exist. That's it. Like, he's just there to have a companion. I don't remember if you could take him to the Commonwealth or not. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to. But I'm surprised I remembered his name, to be completely honest. Next up, keeping in lieu with Fallout 4, we have Curie. I'm going to put Curie at C. I don't care for Curie. There's nothing wrong with Curie. Just, she's cute. The way you get her in Vault 81 is fine. The way you could turn her into a synth is neat. It opens up these questions of like, what is a synth? What is a human? What is a this? What is a that? It's cool. I can appreciate and enjoy it. She doesn't add anything extra for me. And I think her stats get worse when she becomes a synth. I could be wrong. Actually, let's look it up. Here's Curie, her stats. Her strength gets a little bit better. Her HP goes up a little bit. That's about it. I don't see Curie as a great companion. All right, next up, we have Butch. I like Butch, and I don't want to rank him on his character. That's the thing, is like, I'm trying to do my best to not rank these people on just the character and not just the companion, which I guess the character plays a little bit into it. Fine. Whatever. I really want to put Butch in B, because I feel like there's a lot that isn't explored with Butch that could have been and should have been. Like the fact that you can find him at Rivet City after you leave the vault. He's one of the only people in the Wasteland that is from a vault that you can talk to openly. Other than, like, your dad, I really can't think of anybody else that might be from a vault that isn't trying to be murderous. The idea that, like, you could have a quest line with him that he just doesn't understand life on the outside. He keeps trying to keep up with these traditions. You can make these vault traditions that are exclusive to 101, but it was just missed. But tunnel snakes rule, and that's scientifically proven by science. So I'm having a really hard time putting him both higher and lower. I really want to... I'm going to keep Butch at B. I think there's a lot of fun of even just like, hey, this is my like schoolyard bully that like turned the other cheek and I helped him out. Like there's a power fantasy there for some people. I do like the bully games a lot, but I like Butch a lot. So I'm going to put him in B. Now, next is John Cassady. And I'm putting him in the Fallout 2 category for one reason, that I haven't played Fallout 2 all the way through to even have met him. But also because the Fallout, like I said, the first 2 Fallout companions don't seem like they really were much for me, except for cannon fodder. I know Fallout 2 is a very different game from Fallout 1 in a lot of aspects, but for me, this just didn't, I don't know. He's the owner and the bartender of a spittoon, and he's Cass's dad, but I don't. That's about it. Next, we have original Dogmeat. The first Dogmeat. I think because it's the first one, and because of the movie A Boy and His Dog, that's clearly why they wanted... I mean, that and Mad Max having, like, that famous picture of Mad Max with a dog. I'm putting him in S tier. Dogmeat has become a tradition in all the games just to have a dog. Like, New Vegas doesn't have Dogmeat himself, but just to have a dog... I'm putting him in S tier for that. Dogmeat from Fallout 4. Now, this is one that I'm really genuinely considering putting in S tier as well because of that whole A Boy and His Dog thing. And he's very forced as a companion. Dogmeat from Fallout 4, very, very forced. You like can't pass the red rocket station without, like, it pops up on your HUD. Go talk to Dogmeat. Go introduce, whatever it says exactly. I don't like that necessarily, but like I really like River, the dog. So I think for now I'm gonna put River in A. Dogmeat from 4 is gonna stay in A. We're probably gonna come back to this one later because there's one down the line that I'm gonna have a real hard time with. But we also have to talk about Lily Bowen. Lily Bowen is an A tier companion. I love seeing a person who is in her late 70s, early 80s, mid 80s, taken out of a vault, thrown into a vat of goo, and turned into one of the Master's most elite soldiers. And what that does to your brain 200 years later, your dependency on stealth boys, the schizophrenia. I think schizophrenia is a very interesting thing to play with as a character, because there's so many different things that go on, especially in this world that medical attention isn't readily available. You might get lucky and have something like the followers in the old Mormon fort, but for every followers an old Mormon fort you have, there's some guy using old needles in a ditch by a sewer somewhere. So Lily, storytelling wise, is definitely up there. She's dumb powerful, and the fact that Daisy Whitman, her crash vertibird from the Enclave, is Lily's bumper sword is super cool. Now, here's my boy Edward. And I'm super conflicted about Eddie, because I really want to put Eddie in S tier. I do. He's not going to stay there because I already have Boone there. I do. The thing that's holding me back from keeping him in S tier and moving Boone to A is that for me to get his full story, I need the DLC of Lonesome Road. And I don't like that. I get it. It was under time constraint, whatever. I don't like how you have to... He's behind a paywall. But boy, oh boy, do I love Eddie. Especially paired with Boone. You can see things from so far away on your little ticker on the bottom, and then on top of that, you also have Boone scoping in and seeing... Amazing. You'll just be playing the game and just all of a sudden kill cam because Eddie's killing things off in the distance. I'm going to put Eddie in A because the rules say 1S from every game. But damn, is he a strong contender. Like, he's going to go at the front of A. Actually, let me rearrange this a little bit. Fawks. I love Fawks. I'm going to put Fawks in S. I know that's going to bother somebody. I just want to put Fawks in S because Fawks, for me, is a very core memory of playing Fallout 3, of walking through the wasteland and having my dog and this giant human mutant thing that has been shunned from his people, isn't understood by anything. Also, it's nice to see an intelligent mutant in 3, and they're not just giant Tommy Pickleses. I like Fawks a lot. Fawks is probably my favorite companion. I'm actually going to move this around real quick. My favorite companion in 3, obviously. Not my favorite companion throughout the series. If it's not Boone, we'll get to who it might be a little later. Follows Chalk. Follows Chalk gives you a great introduction to Honest Hearts. I like the world building of him, of the dead horses and the sorrows, and how they're wearing like these camp. He's wearing like these camp hats that just have feathers in them, and like that's their headdress. Like I really, really like that. That being said, I'm not sure if you can take them. Like I said, I'm not sure if you can take them out of the DLC. I want to put him in C. I'm going to put him above Curie. Because I just think I'm so, like, middle of the road on him. He's great. I love how he introduces you and shows you around and does what he has to do with you. I really, really enjoy him. But he's C tier, because I feel like he could have been more expounded upon, but really isn't. Next up, everybody's favorite gay scientist, Arcade Gannon. Where are we going to put Gannon, boys and girls? I think we should put Gannon in A. I think we should put Gannon in A. Who do I like more, Dogmeat or Gannon? I'm going to put him there. Yeah, I'll put him there. I love the story of Gannon. Gannon gets moved. Hold on. I love the story of Gannon because he's upset that his dad died and he never got over it. Are you seeing a theme with characters I like yet? He also brings about the very little Enclave inclusion in the game, which is great to see just a little bit of it. I doubt we'll ever, if we do get a Fallout New Vegas 2, I doubt we'll ever see anything Enclave except for maybe a crash vertebrate with an insignia, maybe a quest to find pieces of armor just so you have it. It seems like a nice way to close out the Enclave on the West Coast. Really, really like Gannon. I like that he's gay too. Like, I just don't feel like the only other time I can think of a straight gay companion, like a straight up gay companion, a companion who isn't just like the fact that all the companions in Fallout 4 are bisexual, I think kind of ruins it because it's like, yeah, you can romance them, but why? Like them being straight or gay or bi or something in between or whatever gives them so much more personality. Other than Pavardi from Outer Worlds, he's the only canonically gay character that's a companion that I can think of. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But now our boy Preston here. Preston is the first character that I ever remember hearing about for Fallout 4. There was a leak of a script of a character named Preston Garvey, if you remember, going around in like 2014, 2015. Preston. Very decisive. But I really want to put you in D, my guy. I like Preston more than I like Cait, but I don't like Preston all that much. When you get to do his quest line, I don't even think I did, but I know his quest line of going to Quincy and being like, this is where we were attacked by the Gunners. This is what happened. I cannot get over that. Not that he can't get over it, but like, he very much is like, this is my past. These were good people. The Minutemen were a tribe, a collective, a group of people that were doing the right thing. Yes, totally with you. Absolutely. I don't like Preston. I don't know what it is. I just don't like him. It's not the getup. It's not the weapon. I just don't like Preston all that much. A fan favorite. Someone that I wish had a little more time in the game, Dean Domino. I'm gonna put Dean right here at B, but it's a D. It's a B plus plus. Like it borderlines. I wouldn't put him in A, but right there, right in the middle, B in the middle. The reason why he's not gonna go higher is because he's a DLC companion. I don't feel like you can really do much of the DLC companion because after this ends, it ends. I love that he's an entertainer from pre-war. I love that he still wears the tux and the glasses and whatnot. I love all of that. He's a bastard though. And I love a good dick. I love a good asshole in a game. Dean Domino's there. He's nefarious. He's a fuck. He fleshes the world out a little more. I like him a lot, but because you can't take him out of the Madre, which would defeat the purpose of the Madre, honestly. And even just saying that makes me want to put him in A. So he's going to go right there. He's going to go right there at the end. Sorry, he's going there at the end. I made the decision last minute. He's going there. Graham. I love Graham. By the rivers of Babel, yea, we set as we remembered Zion. He is not your companion. You are his. When you go to talk to him and say, like, hey, could you do this? He's like, no, I don't listen to you. So actually, because of that, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to add a row below. There we go. Graham gets his own row because you are not, and that's not saying he's at the bottom of the list. There should be an entirely other list for Graham because, like I said, you are his companion. Who's up next? Next up we have Hancock. I'm putting wrong person. I'm putting Hancock here right before Cait, and it's only because I have I'm partial to ghouls. He's also not technically like a ghoul-ass ghoul, even though he is a ghoul. Like, I'm not saying like he's not like a light-skinned ghoul. You know, like, I'm not saying that. Like, he took a drug that ghoulified him faster. So, I mean, I guess he's just another character that's addicted to drugs. That's half his character. I don't like it. I like him more than Cait because he kind of did something with his addiction and said, like, all right, well, I'm addicted. A bunch of other people are addicted. We might as well make something out of this. That's why he goes ahead of Cait in D tier. This is just the automatron going right into F. Because it's cool that you can customize them and turn them into these giant robots and give them their own personalities and voices, but I can do that with Cogsworth. So why would I want another one? I mean, it's cool to have like just a settlement of automatrons that walk around, but F tier. This is Ian. Ian from Fallout 1. I'm putting Ian in F tier. And I'm putting Ian in F tier because you get him in Shady Sands. You're like, hey pal, come with me. I think you have to pay him. You pay him 100 bottle caps. I just checked it. I have the wiki here where I just checked it real quick. You pay him 100 bottle caps in Shady Sands. Or he does it for free through a speech check. And then he just got in the way. I think the last time I tried to beat it, I got inside Mariposa and he got ripped to shreds instantly. Jerico. Boy, did I have hopes for you, Jerico. And I remember finding him. I remember that gruff, ravelly voice that he has. Like, everything about Jericho I wanted to like more. He's a piece of shit. He's a raider. He's like this. He will trade Megaton to go out and get that fix of raiding. But that's it. You pay him, I think it's like 1,000 caps for supplies, and then he's on his way. Rough. Ada. Now, I want to put Ada, this is like the Fallout 4 tier right here. I really want to put Ada here just because she doesn't do much. Again, like, she's another automatron that I can just customize. And then there's like Jezebel, which I don't believe Jezebel's on here because I don't think she's technically a companion. But she's a plot device. She's nothing more. I can customize her. Yeah, I can have a settlement of all robots. I feel like I'm redundant at this point talking about these robots. But like, I could do without her. Next is K9 from Fallout 2. I'm putting him in the Fallout 1 and 2 category. I like having a dog. I do. But you get Dogmeat in Fallout 2. And I mean, I guess I don't count Dogmeat for S tier for Fallout 1 and Fallout 2. This is the Fallout 1 Dogmeat because the way you get Dogmeat in Fallout 2 is through like a dream sequence where you get to grab him again. K9's fine. Love the name. Love that it's a cyberdog. You get another cyberdog in New Vegas, and he's one of the best companions. He has a connection to Dr. Henry, the Enclave doctor from who you meet in Fallout New Vegas. He's great. Love him. Just another Fallout 2 companion. Katja. Now, I found Katja. I've used Katja. She didn't do anything for me. I think you find Katja living in the boneyard, yes. But I found Katja and then went through the Fargo traders as like because I had found the chip and I was like, all right, go kill the master now. Like, that's what I was trying to do. And I grabbed Katja because I think Ian was dead or I didn't grab him. I don't remember. And I went on one caravan trip, got ambushed by some raiders, and then she just died. So, like, I don't feel it's fair to put her in F, but she's a first Fallout game companion. Next up is Lenny. I know literally nothing about Lenny. I have the wiki open on my second monitor here, if I need to reference anything. And, like, he's a ghoul doctor. That's really dope. But, like, he's just short and old. I didn't even know he was in the game. I'm more of a Carl guy myself, so I'm going to put Lenny in Fallout 1 and 2. This doesn't really have, like, anything. Old Longfellow. Yeah, I don't think that'd surprise anybody. Old Longfellow is fine, but he exists for DLC. I think you can take him out of Far Harbor. I don't remember. The quest of, I can show you how to get to the thing where Dima is. Okay, let's go. Boom. Doesn't. What did you do? Like, it's fine. It's whatever. He exists. Actually, I'm going to move him. You can move to F. You're an F-tier companion. Do like his jacket, though. Killer jacket. MacReady. Now, this one's going to hurt me because it's a reference to my favorite movie, The Thing. But I don't like Matt Mercer. I just don't like his voice. I feel like I hear him in everything, and I know that shouldn't be a deterrent because an actor does this or that. But, like, I never had any interest in him. I actually have, this is a Funko. Funko did mystery minis, which I hope they do when Fallout 5 comes out. The green screen is trying to chroma key out his hat. But, like, I have 3 of these, which I just think added insult to injury. He's on my shelf. Like, I keep him right here. I should have him higher. He keeps watch. I'm so tired of MacReady. I like that he's from the Capital Wasteland. He brings up the tunnel. There's even a reference like, tunnel snakes rule. He's like, I heard a guy say that once. I love that. Tunnel snakes scientifically rule by science. Proven by science. Don't like MacReady. Now, this one, I have a lot of love and respect for. Because he's more than just a companion. He becomes someone who makes a town for his people, and it's a somewhat thriving town. It could get better. I feel like we see it right when it's like starting to take hold of who they are and where they are. He wants to help the Nightkin. He also believed somewhat in the Master's unity, and his friend Jacob, who he names his town after Jacob's town, they became friends and fought over the unity. They fought over the opposite of the unity, like just whatever the Brotherhood was believing in, that tech should be hoarded and made sure that we don't have another great Holocaust. I love Marcus a lot. Really, really, really like Marcus. This down here for the Fallout 1 and 2 tier, I know I said I'm going to try to not go off character, but like also it's the first time you could have a mutant as your character. That's super dope. Like, I like Marcus a lot. I feel like I'm giving him too much credit by putting him in A, so I'll put him in top B tier, like as far as B goes, just because all the cool shit about him you don't really get to see until Fallout New Vegas. He'll stay in B. Next up is Mira. You could marry her in Fallout 2. Fallout 1 and 2 category. Rex. One of the goodest of good boys. Rex. He's going to go in Graham tier for right now, but he's going to get moved. Oh, this is a really tough one for Rex. That hurts me to do, but it's true. It's right. It's correct. Rex has way more of a story. You can have a Legion brain in him, or like one of Old Lady Gibson's dogs. Like, all that's really cool. The connection to Dr. Henry from 2, because it's a cyber dog. All of it's really, like, he comes from Colorado. He was a police dog in Colorado. Like, I like that he's from a ways away. I really, really like Rex. It hurts to put him in front of my first good boy, but he belongs there. Myron takes everything inside of me to not say Miranon to continue that dead meme. F tier. Not F tier because he's a bad companion. F tier because he's a shithead. Because he's like 15. Let's double check. It says he's a pasty-faced teenager. So, okay, let's say he's 16, right? He's 16. He's way too smart for his own good. He creates jet. He cripples thousands of people with jet addiction. He gets put in D tier. He's too, like I said, too smart for his own good. He's a neat character. Piece of shit, though. D tier. Deacon. C. I'll put Deacon in C. Because I like that Deacon follows you. It adds a little more character to him. He might be the dude who started the railroad. He's a synth. Like, there's a lot of really cool stuff about Deacon. I like how he's quiet and conspicuous. He, like, says every few years he goes through, like, plastic surgery to change how he looks. I really like Deacon, but he's also just kind of like a mid-tier guy to me. I never did his quest line. I didn't like the railroad, to be honest. I don't like Desdemona all that much, but like he's probably, outside of like one or two other people, someone in Fallout 4 that actually has like the most story for a companion. Next up is my girl. Let's move these things around a bit. Christine goes in A. Christine goes very far into A. Her connection to Veronica, her connection to the Brotherhood, the Circle, Father Elijah. Again, the themes of being able to get over it and not being able to get over it. The hard part isn't finding it, it's letting go. Like all of that, she goes here. She goes right here. Right, very, very far west into A. I feel like I can't speak high enough about her. Like, I really like that. One, it's a character that has to like talk to you like an Italian if they had their vocal cords ripped out, like they're trying to use hand signals and like looks. Like, I'm a slut for a female protagonist, a female companion. I just think it's nice. It's different to see the world through those eyes. Like, she's so good. She's so good. The themes of love and loss and just like, she gets like partially lobotomized and like loses half of like, not half, but part of like what her brain is, and she can't fully like compute. And she's just, I love her. And next up is her girlfriend, Veronica. And I want to put Veronica in I'm going to put her in very low A, above Dean. Before Dogmeat? Before Dean. They're on the same part. I like her a lot. I like that she's Brotherhood and she's like, I want to help these people, but they don't want to help themselves. And depending on the quest, what have you, like, she's great. I like how she wants something so trivial. She just wants a dress. She just wants to be she wants to just be the prettiest girl at the prom. Like, that's it. I really, really, really like Veronica. I wish there's like little things where you can't tell her like, oh, I met Christine and like she's well and alive, or she died, but you could be like, hey, I met Elijah. He's a dick. I don't know. That's why she's being put here. I really want to put her in high B though. I will double check this list at the end and see how I feel. Dog is again, the themes of schizophrenia. His mind is so deteriorated that he just wants master. Like, he's just looking for someone to tell him to do. Like, a dog obeys. Dog, God, whatever, what have you. That, like, he can switch like that. Just, he's probably to me the most compelling companion in Dead Money. I really, really like Dog. A dog God. I wish they would tell you, like, what his name was before that. Let me check. I don't think it ever says it, but it doesn't say what his name was beforehand. But just, like, the fighting with yourself. I want to be better. How do I be better? One part of you is way too submissive to get better. The other part of you is too up your own ass to think, hey, I can get better. Like, a lot of love for Dog. A lot. An egregious amount. He's very, like, he belongs where he is. Star Paladin Cross. Who? Sorry, who? Star Paladin, what's her name? I don't know anybody who knows even who Star Paladin Cross is. I don't think anyone I've ever met, except for one person, incredibly early on in the podcast, somebody left, it's like episode 3, somebody left a comment about Star Paladin Cross and how they glitched out and the character like shot across the sky. That is the only time I've ever heard anybody ever talk about Star Paladin Cross. She exists. She's here on this list. You can pick her as a companion. She was there at your birth. She's also a synth. She is F tier. So much more could have been expounded upon her and just isn't. RL-3, RL-7. Let me just double check his name and whatnot because I don't remember it. I just know he's like the dude from Full Metal Jacket. Like he's kind of a rip on that. And like the only way you can get him is with like neutral karma. Sargent RL-3. Yeah, you need neutral karma to get him. RL-3, he's there. He's just there. You have to buy him. Like, I don't know. He's F tier. Bottom of F tier. Yeah, bottom of F tier. I give him, Star Paladin Cross has a personality. RL-3 exists. Like, Cass. Now this will piss somebody off. C tier. CT there for now. Because she just... I don't like characters that their entire thing is they drink. Cait drinks. Cait does drugs. Cass drinks. I don't understand this woman. Like, I have a hard... Like, first off, her name confuses me. The official wiki entry is Rose of Sharon Cassady. She's referred to as Cass. Her last name is obviously Cassady. Her dad is John Cassady. Her dad is right. Look at this. Alcoholic, her father. Like, all in one row. I love how she can't get over, like, she's upset about her dad. The only thing that she has about her dad is her necklace. He just took off one day. Like, I just can't get behind her all that much. That's why she's not higher. Like, I know most people put her probably in A or high B, but for me, she's high C. High C like the drink, baby. Like, she's there. Like, she exists. She has a decent quest line. You can sell her to the Van Graffs, which is always nuts to me. She's there. I don't care for Cass. And a lot of it has to do with her problem with drinking. And that's that's one of her character traits. Her perk is like, you don't get as drunk or you won't get as addicted or something. Like, I'm good. Strong. Right here. I will put strong right before, RL-3 because the quest to find the milk of human kindness is so silly. I don't know anybody who's actually done it. He doesn't like, you pick a lock, doesn't like it. Help somebody, doesn't like it. You don't steal, doesn't like it. You do steal, like, I think like one of the ways to get strong to like you is to be a cannibal, but then like, I don't know anybody who's done the quest. Like, I don't know anybody who's done Strong's quest line. He's an F tier. And I wouldn't be surprised if you get to the end of the quest and he's just like, the milk of human kindness is just to not be a dick. Like that. Like, I wouldn't. Fuck him. Like, how are you going to have a mutant? Like, that's one of my favorite parts. Is like, oh, what mutants can I play with? Because I want to see their perspective on the wasteland, what's going on. Like, if Lily wasn't schizophrenic, like, I'd be like, Lily, how do you feel about Caesar? Do you see any correlation between Caesar and the Brotherhood and Enclave and the Unity? Like, how do you, like, that would be great. But Lily's just like, where are my grandkids? The whole, I wish Strong was better. Sulick! He's from a tribe. He's in Fallout 2. Goes in the Fallout 2 tier. It's about all I have to say on Sulick. Vic is just, he's next. Vic is here. I'm going to put him in here for right now. He's just an old man with a gut. He's a trader. He sells various things. He's, again, just a Fallout 1 and 2 companion. Not much. Next we have Tycho. Again, another Fallout 1 and 2 companion. He's a desert ranger. That helps. I don't like, again, they have like blocks of text and that's really it. I don't feel like there's anything really else I can say. Like, they have stats like, oh, he's got 7 agility. Like, I'm probably doing somewhat of a disservice, and I'll admit this, to Fallout 1 and 2, but Tycho, I don't know, dog. Next, I'm going to do Raul. I'm going to put Raul all the way forward in B tier. And I'll tell you why he's not an A. I don't like his quest line because it's just go talk to this guy, then talk to me. Go talk to this person, then talk to me. It would have been cool to like actually. I like his story. His story's great. The way he like saves his sister and like slowly succumbs to being a ghoul. He's voiced by Danny Trejo. Like it's all good. It's great. It's cool. And again, it probably comes down to the fact that New Vegas was made in 18 months, but I feel like he should have had a little more to say, to do. But all in all, he's just kind of there for me. I do like him. I like having a ghoul companion. I like that he's good with a pistol, a revolver. Actually, I want to move him. I don't want to have him all the way in B. I want to have him all the way at the end of B. Yeah, that actually works for me. I do like his costume at the end, though. That is fun. That's really all I have to say about Raul. I can't say anything else about Raul. Let's do Goris. Let's do Goris. Yeah. I'm going to put Goris in D. Hear me out. Again, because I haven't played through all of Fallout 2. But the fact that he's a sentient Deathclaw that wears a hood, so he hides himself from the world so people don't like automatically go after him. I love that. Like, I really love the idea of these Deathclaws. They can have some sentience. He's a psyker to some degree. Like, he's just... I want to know more about him. And again, this falls onto me not having beaten Fallout 2, and I understand that, but, like, this is how I'm feeling. I would like to know how you feel. But, yeah, I'm putting Goris in the end of D, and that's mostly a me thing for ignorance. All right, let's get through the rest of these Fallout 1 and 2 stuff. This is Davin. Davin goes here. His entire thing is he wants to be a companion. There are 4 sentences. Davin is the son of Grisham, the slaughterhouse operator in Modoc. Davin's sister is Mira, who can be married instead. It's just, he's a companion. He's a body. He occupies space. I don't know who these two are. Like, I'm looking at the list of companions because I'm so, like, at a loss for who these two are. I've done everyone else that, like, from Fallout 1, so I know it has to be Fallout 2. It's only Ian, Katja, Tycho, and Dogmeat from Fallout 1. So I'm just going to put them here. They're just going to go in Fallout 2 area. And next up we have Eddie from Honest Hearts. I don't really know where to put this version of Eddie. He's just staying there for a second. I don't really know where to put him. Just because, like, I want to put him here, but I feel like these should be the same character. Like, I feel like the Eddie from the Divide and the Eddie from the base game should kind of be the same, even though it's a clone. So I'm going to just put him next to Eddie. Like, I feel like that's only fair. Waking Cloud. Now, Cloud Woman. Not putting her there. Cloud Woman, I don't know what to do with you, really. I want to put you... you know what? I'm going to put you with Follows Chalk. Because you flesh out Zion. Because you do that. I'll keep you there. I don't really feel like that's necessarily fair, but like everything I'd have to say about Follows Chalk, I'd really have to say about Waking Cloud. So that's really it. Next, we have X688. I'm actually going to put him... Oh, this is a tough one. In between... Yeah, I'm okay with that. In between Old Longfellow and Star Paladin Cross. X688, I don't... Like, a Courser, cool. No personality, and I guess that kind of is like his personality, is that he has no personality, I guess. Whatever, in some roundabout way. I don't know anybody who's ever used him. He's fine. He exists. He is your companion if you side with the Institute, but again, he feels like a body. Clover. Now, for Clover, I'm kind of in the same boat that I am with... Can I do it? Ooh, kind of in the same boat I am with Sharon here, with Ozzy's wife. You buy her. She's a slave. I mean, you can kind of set her free. She's a prostitute. She's a girl from... She's a woman of the evening. She exists to be another body. C tier. Bottom of C tier. Yeah. Bottom of C tier. Cool. PAlidan Dance. Sir Dancy Pants. He's going to go in A. I don't know where in A, so we're going to put him there for right now. The quest where Dance finds out that he's a synth and, like, still is so ingrained, so brainwashed into believing that what the Institute is doing is right. So ingrained into what he's believing. I think it's so interesting that he's willing to die for something even though they say he's the bad guy. He's the wrongman. Like, I like Dance a lot. I remember before I beat Fallout 4 the first time, I wanted to kind of like do the quest lines for all of the companions before I beat the game because I wasn't sure which way I was going to go. And I remember being pissed that I couldn't do dances because I didn't realize it was a mainline quest and I didn't want to look anything up because I didn't want to spoil the game for me. But I like Dance. He might just stay at the bottom of A. He introduces you to the Brotherhood in a nice way. Like, I think I'm going to keep him there. I really think he's going to stay there. I kind of want to put him like here in B. That's a tough one. Yeah, I'll put him in B. I'll keep him exactly right there. I'm okay with that. Now, Nick Valentine. This is a really, really hard one for me because I really want to put Nick as the S tier for Far Harbor. I really, really want to. Actually, we're going to do two at once. We're going to do Nick Valentine and Piper Wright. I love Piper. I love the innocence of Piper, and she just wants to do right by everybody. But one of these characters has to go in A tier. I love how Piper isn't a reporter. She thinks she's a reporter, and she's obviously like in the wrong field. Like, she wants to help people. She wants to help her sister. Yeah, she like wants to help her sister, but then also leaves her sister to go like help a vault dweller out. Like, I get how that's backwards, but like she wants to set a good example for her sister Nat. Like, but Nick's just so cool. He's a synth detective and he talks with a real smooth voice, eh? Like, he's just so cool. And actually, if I remember correctly, Nick is the first character they developed for Fallout 4 when they originally wanted to put it. I mean, this is what I remember. I'm not quoting anything. They originally wanted to put it in New York and they wanted to have a detective and make it kind of noir-y. And I'm happy they didn't put it in New York, but this is one of the first characters, the Valentine Detective Agency. It's really hard. I love Piper. When they were first showing off stuff for Fallout 4, I remember being at a friend's house and like watching it with them, like them showing Piper, and I was like, I love her. I already just love her. I love her look. I love her attitude. I love how she's very much the man. I know what I want. I know what's good for people, so I'm going to do what I need to do to get by. I really like Piper a lot. And Nick just feels like a little more thought about character than Piper does. And I think because of that, Nick is going to stay in S tier. Oh, this is hard. I'm going to keep Nick in S. But I'm going to put her there. Because mind you, I'm doing this off of the game. You know what I mean? Like, I'm doing this off per game. And like, he's the best of 4, but if I have to put her in A, she's not the best of A. Just, this is the list behind me. I'll let you take a gander at it in just a second. I'll have just a still frame of it. I want to know what you think. Please tell me if I'm right. Tell me if I'm wrong. Make your own. YouTube doesn't do response videos anymore, but hey, make your own. Tag me in it. I will watch it. I will tell you what I think. Join the Discord so we can talk about this list. We can talk about all the other thoughts that you might have here. Join the Discord. Link to my Twitter in the description below. Shout out to the Patreon. Thank you guys. I love you guys. Because of you, I can do this. Shout out to the Redbubble. On screen will be the names from the Patreon. Thank you guys. Look at that one. Ooh, another one. Cool. Like, thank you. This means everything to me. I love you. I will see you soon. Be safe. New videos sometime soon. Bye.